We've done A, B, and C. What's next? Yes, you've read my mind. It's D. More top dinosaurs for your delight. 46 dinosaurs will drive for distinction, but only 5 will be distinguished.
Dinosaurs that start with the letter D. Hot out of the gates here, we have Dracopelta. Its name means dragon shield. This is an ankylosaur discovered in Portugal in the late Jurassic. 3 meters long, so not terribly big, and it actually might be the most basal ankylosaur. And as you can kind of see here, it turns out it had multiple different kinds of scutes. That's the pointy bits of the armor, or the nodular bits of the armor. And here is some of the preserved skeleton of the rib cage. And so Dracopelta would be, of course, voted most likely to be confused with a Hogwarts character. Moving along to number 4, we have Diabloceratops. Name meaning devil horned face. This is a ceratopsian, so related to Triceratops. These bad boys have pretty wicked looking horns. A couple different renditions here. It was discovered in Utah. It's from the late Cretaceous and up to 5.5 meters long, so quite large. Its skull is actually a little bit different, deeper and shorter than most other centrosaurs. So centrosaurs are a subset of ceratopsians, and it looks like through phylogeny it's either the most basal centrosaur or just outside, and here is a picture of its skull. And it is voted most likely to get horn piercings. Shifting along to number 3, we have Dreadnoughtus. It means fears nothing. This is a very, very big titanosaur discovered in Argentina. These little people here don't have a chance. Anyways, it was also late Cretaceous, 26 meters long. This is a very big dinosaur. Its name, Dreadnoughtus, again, means fears nothing, but it also was a name for an early type of armored battleship. And it, in fact, might be the heaviest animal calculated so far. There's a little bit of debate on that. But in any case, this is a very heavy organism. And with that, it is voted most likely to laugh hysterically at how small elephants are. Shimmy on to number 2, we have Deinocheirus. This name means terrible hand, and terrible hands it does have. It is an orthomimosaur, so a bird or ostrich mimic dinosaur. These were discovered in Mongolia, and it's very interesting looking. 11 meters long. This was a puzzle of a specimen for many years. It has the biggest arms, nearly the biggest arms of any bipedal dinosaur, and it's definitely the largest ornithomimosaur found thus far. You can see there's a couple of actually pretty complete skeletons, and despite it being large and looking rather intimidating at first blush, it was probably an herbivore or at most an omnivore. You can actually see the sort of recreation here. It has more almost like a duckbill-like beak rather than terrifying sort of predator shape. So in any case, this large, oddly proportioned dinosaurs is voted most likely to really just be 3 velociraptors in a suit. Before going on to number 1, we have some honorable mentions here. We have Diabloceratops. It means bifurcated double-headed lizard. It is a sauropod here. It has a relatively short neck and neural spines. We have Dilong, which means emperor dragon. This is a dinosaur, a very small tyrannosauroid found in China. And then we have Dinosaurus, which means tearing lizard. This is another tyrannosaurid. This is a modern reconstruction here. Not terribly well known, but actually one of its earlier reconstructions is one of the most famous dinosaur paintings ever done by Charles Knight, and it is recreated here of 2 Dreadnoughtauses playing. Moving along to venerable mentions, well-known dinosaurs that start with D that otherwise didn't make the cut. We have Of course, Diplodocus, which means double-beamed, a very long dinosaur with a whip-like tail. And then we have Deinocheirus, which means terrible claws. And this is a modern reconstruction of this raptoroid. But as much as that's fairly accurate and interesting, I will always think of it as the Wayne Barlow rendition as shown here. All right, we've made it to the top of the D's. Number 1 is, in my reckoning, Dilophosaurus. Its name means double-crested lizard. This is a early theropod discovered in Arizona in the early Jurassic. It's 7 meters long, so a fairly big dinosaur. It's actually one of the earliest large predators. Here is another viewing of its skull, as well as an artist's rendition of it actually caring for its nest. It had very prominent double crest, which might have been most likely for display. There's actually a lot of tracks found in it, and possibly even some interesting sitting behavior rendition from the tracks. And so this is, again, a modern sort of rendition of Dilophosaurus. Now, you might be most familiar with Dilophosaurus in the first Jurassic Park movie, where it was given a frill and venomous spit. None of those things are remotely accurate, but make for a great cinema. But in any case, Dilophosaurus would be voted most likely to sue Jurassic Park for defamation.
Yes. 1 loaf, 2 loaf. We all cry for Diloaf. That's all the time we have here for D Dinosaurs. While we wait for the next entry, ponder the world's largest living land animal, the elephant, and brace yourselves for elephant-sized stampedes and awesome.